Next you come over here, it's gonna be different.
What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do? What the f are you gonna do? What the f
This is crazy. Let him go, let him go, let him go.
He good, let her cool
I'm
out.
in the bustling center of New York City, where people pursue their goals and frequently break their hearts. A terrible crossroads confronted Chrissy Lampkin, whose relationship with Jim Jones had always been an engaging story, full of love, laughter, and a common goal for the future. Together, they were a prominent couple in the public eye, receiving praise for their dedication and passion. Yet, a secret lurked beneath the glamour and elegance, threatening to demolish everything they had constructed. The evening started just like any other. After a long day, Chrissy was eager to relax when she got home. She had dinner and warm chats with Jim on her mind. But as she became comfortable in the familiar ease of her apartment, she initially ignored a notification on her phone. Suddenly, she felt an urge to check social media for no apparent reason. What she learned shocked her to the core.
Why? Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're
what
okay with this. Are you
Look
okay
at
with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
There were rumors circulating. Her stomach twisted like a jagged knife when she learned that Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. The shock was almost physical, with every heartbeat echoing the betrayal. How could the man she had loved so deeply betray her trust in such a profound way? The weight of the revelation left her breathless as she read through posts and comments to piece together the story. Chrissy was overcome with a range of emotions, including anger, bewilderment, and pain. Chrissy's life was suddenly haunted by sadness. A secret girlfriend had appeared out of nowhere. All the years they had spent together felt like a terrible delusion, with their promises crumbling. How Jim had concealed such a significant aspect of his life was a mystery to Chrissy. In the days that followed, shrouded in layers of falsehoods and deceit, it was Chrissy who became absorbed in a turbulent storm. Friends came together, and every discussion served as a reminder of the life she believed she had. Today, despite their attempts to provide consolation and support, with every passing moment she realized that she would not be a victim. Despite being broken by betrayal and feeling the weight of concern and sympathy from those close to her, Chrissy became more determined after realizing this was about more than just Jim's adultery. It was about taking back her story. She had spent years creating a life with him, and she wasn't going to let his decisions define her. Rather than giving up, she chose to rise like a phoenix. She started to consider getting a divorce. After all, it was more than just a formality, it was a sign of empowerment. Chrissy began to see a future where she would be free from the bonds of betrayal and could experience new opportunities and adventures. With the help of her friends, she managed the difficult process of going through divorce paperwork and speaking with legal professionals, determined to take charge of her life. When the time came to face Jim, the atmosphere was tense as they met in their common area. The walls that had once seen their laughter now felt like a prison as she prepared to confront him. Chrissy's heart pounded, but she felt compelled to stand tall and tell him how badly he had hurt her. Her voice was firm and steadfast as she laid out the facts. "You broke our trust, Jim," she said, locking her eyes onto his. "You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." Jim's demeanor shifted from defensive to remorseful as he stammered to explain his actions. With each word, she felt the weight lifting off her shoulders, reclaiming her power and the narrative that had been so drastically altered. As they parted ways that day, Chrissy knew she was preparing to face a future all her own. In the following weeks, Chrissy devoted herself to self-discovery, reconnecting with old friends, pursuing passions she had neglected, and even taking time to travel and experience new things. As the city lights gleamed against the night sky like stars, each adventure strengthened her conviction that beauty could still exist amidst sadness. Chrissy welcomed the exciting opportunities that awaited her. Now, she was ready to write her own story, one full of love, self-empowerment, and newly discovered freedom. After emerging from the ashes of betrayal, stronger than ever and with her spirit untouched by Jim's decisions, she realized that often, the most difficult journeys result in the most transformational experiences. With an open heart, Chrissy bravely embarked on a life shaped by her own decisions, a life that promised to be rich, bright, and completely her own. In New York City's bustling center, where people pursue their aspirations and frequently break their hearts, Chrissy Lampkin stood at a crossroads. Her relationship with Jim Jones had always been a fascinating story, full of love, laughter, and a shared vision of the future. They were a power couple, praised by the public for their dedication and passion. But beneath the glitz and glamour lay a secret that threatened to destroy everything they had worked so hard to achieve. The evening had started like any other. After a long day, Chrissy was eager to relax at home, her mind full of ideas for dinner and warm chats with Jim. But as she got comfortable in her apartment, she noticed a notification on her phone. At first she ignored it, but soon felt an inexplicable urge to check social media. What she found rocked her entire being.
Because I'm tired tonight.
I have something to say. Jimmy, sitting on Jimmy's lap.
What's going on?
It's okay. She don't care.
No, here's
We're
what
okay
I-
with this. Are you
Look
okay
at
with
me.
that?
Look at me. Look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Grab hands with one another, please. You all should be together.
Yeah, you should.
Rumors had started to circulate as she scrolled through posts and comments, piecing together the story. Chrissy felt the weight of the revelation. It left her breathless. The rumors of infidelity had come to a head in a shocking revelation that Jim had gotten another woman pregnant. It felt like a jagged knife twisting in her gut. The shock was almost physical, with each heartbeat echoing the betrayal. The woman, Chrissy's secret girlfriend, had appeared out of nowhere, a specter haunting the edges of her life. In that moment, all the years they had spent together felt like a cruel illusion, their promises dissolving into thin air. How did Jim manage to hide such a monumental part of his life? The answers eluded her, wrapped in layers of lies and deceit. In the days that followed, Chrissy was engulfed in a flurry of emotions: anger, disbelief, and an aching sadness. Friends came around to support and console her during the storm of turbulence, but every discussion was a reminder of the life she believed she had. The pain was overwhelming. Broken by betrayal, she felt the weight of concern and sympathy from those close to her. But in the midst of the chaos, one thing became clear: she would not be a victim. As time went on, her resolve grew stronger, and she understood that this was about more than just Jim's infidelity. It was about taking back her story. She had spent years creating a life with him, and she wasn't going to let his decisions define her. Rather than giving up, she made the decision to shine like a phoenix. The idea of getting a divorce started to germinate in her mind. It was an act of empowerment as much as a legal one. Chrissy started to picture her future, one free from the bonds of betrayal, one that could bring her new opportunities and adventures. With the help of her friends, she managed the difficult divorce process, sifting through paperwork and speaking with legal professionals, determined to take charge of her life. When the time came, the tension was high as they assembled in their common area, the walls that had once echoed with their laughter now feeling confining. Chrissy's heart pounded as she prepared to confront him. She felt compelled to tell him the truth, to show him how deeply he had hurt her. She presented the facts in a calm and unflinching voice. Jim's attitude shifted from defensive to regretful as he fumbled, trying to defend his behavior. But Chrissy wouldn't let his justifications sway her. "You shattered us," she said. In the weeks that followed, Chrissy threw herself into self-discovery, reconnecting with old friends and pursuing her dreams. She locked eyes with Jim and said, "You made choices that destroyed everything we had. I deserve better than this." With each word, she felt the weight lifting off her shoulders, reclaiming her power and taking back the narrative that had been so drastically altered. As they parted ways that day with the city lights twinkling like stars against the night sky, Chrissy took time to travel and explore new places and experiences, reaffirming her belief that life could still be beautiful, even after grief. Chrissy welcomed the exciting opportunities she had discovered, stronger than ever, her spirit unaffected by Jim's decisions. She was prepared to build her own story, one full of love, self-empowerment, and newly discovered freedom from the ashes of betrayal. In conclusion, Chrissy realized that often the greatest transformational experiences come in the most difficult ways. She bravely entered a life shaped by her own decisions, one that promised to be rich, colorful, and wholly her own, while keeping her heart open to new possibilities. In a recent conversation, Mama Jones said, "We don't get along. There are no words." Mama Jones also mentioned on Love Hip Hop New York that she purposefully avoids Chrissy. She claimed, "Lampkin isn't happy about us. I removed myself from her during the episode since I don't have a relationship with her." Despite being engaged, Jim and Chrissy had been dating sporadically for almost 16 years, but they have not tied the knot. Chrissy recently stated that she is pleased with their relationship and that marrying Jim isn't a priority. However, Mama Jones criticized Chrissy's remarks, stating that Chrissy's claim that she isn't happy with her relationship with Jim is untrue. Mama Jones also refuted Chrissy's assertion that as a mother, she expects certain things to happen, and said, "I'm the kind of person who will embrace whatever my son chooses because I adore him, and I know that's what he loves." Jim revealed his wish to get married, even though Chrissy is no longer set on doing so. Despite their long relationship, Jim and Chrissy are not parents to any children. Mama Jones commented, "Even though we've spent a lot of time together, I wouldn't say he deserves better than her." She added that while they've apologized, they're still not ready. The reason Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones aren't married was discussed on Monday afternoon's most recent episode of The Real. Chrissy noted that marriage is not a priority for them anymore. Speaking about her return to Love Hip Hop New York, Chrissy mentioned that the producers wanted to return to the core of the program, and they contacted her first to come back. "Our relationship is in a good place," Chrissy said. "I thought marriage was the natural progression, but it's not for everybody. We're good right now." Since they first started dating in 2004, Chrissy and Jim have faced many relationship issues. Chrissy explained, "What is the purpose of getting married before one of us is truly ready?" She emphasized that everyone travels at their own pace, and that she doesn't want to follow that path if it leads to divorce. "I'm still here because I made this choice." The couple will star in Love Hip Hop Season 10, which will premiere on Monday, December 16th, on VH1. In a famous scene from years ago, many saw as a turning point in their relationship, Chrissy moved from New York to Miami. Jim traveled to Miami to propose, trying to make up for what many saw as his lack of commitment. Despite this grand gesture, the couple decided against getting married. Over the years, they have shared glimpses of their relationship, with Chrissy hinting at more